that risks making the search for peace even more distant, now more than ever.
A fresh diplomatic storm has erupted at the United Nations after Russia accused the United States of blocking its participation at the Security Council. Moscow says Washington refused to issue a visa to Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Alimov, the official responsible for UN affairs, preventing him from attending a key meeting in New York. Russia's envoy to the UN, Vassily Nebenzia, publicly slammed the move, calling it a direct violation of America's obligations as host nation of the United Nations.
The Russian delegation was expected, at the invitation of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to be represented at this meeting at the level of the Deputy Foreign Minister responsible for UN issues, Mr. Alexander Alimov. However, despite all our attempts to obtain a visa for him from the American side, it was never issued.
The controversy centers around the 1947 UN Headquarters Agreement, a treaty that requires the United States to grant access to foreign diplomats attending official UN meetings. Russia now says Washington is selectively using visa access as a political tool, reigniting concerns over whether the US is weaponizing its status as host of the UN headquarters.
We regard this not only as a violation by Washington of its obligations under the Headquarters Agreement of the United Nations, according to which access to the UN headquarters must be guaranteed to all official representatives of member states without exception.
But Moscow did not stop there. Russia also accused the US of undermining China's presidency of the Security Council, escalating the diplomatic significance of the standoff. The visa clash comes amid continuing tensions over Ukraine, ongoing sanctions on Moscow, and growing friction between Washington, Beijing, Tehran, and Moscow inside the UN system.
But also as a blatant disregard for the presidency of China of the Security Council. Today, we are discussing the Charter of the United Nations.
The United States has not yet officially responded to the allegations, but for Russia, the message is clear. Moscow is framing the visa denial not as a bureaucratic issue, but as evidence that Washington is politicizing access to the United Nations itself.